There's a lot of anecdotal advice around on improving your marriage. But if you want something you can really use that will actually make a difference and reignite your marriage, check out the link in the description below.
The question, what are the tips for a long-last marriage? Answer by Paul Byerly. 3 things: integrity, generosity, and kindness. If you constantly express these to your spouse, your marriage will just keep getting better. Integrity, this one is simple. Be a man or woman of your word. Be honest and trustworthy. This includes fidelity of body, heart, and mind. Generosity, this one is more difficult because for it to be effective you must give your spouse what they want. If she enjoys long walks, you take long walks. If he likes movies, you go to a lot of movies. If she feels loved when she receives gifts, then you give gifts often. If he feels loved when he hears words of affirmation, then you must do that often. One important area often missed is sex. If your spouse has a higher drive than you have, then being sexually generous is critical. Kindness, you could do both of the above well and still not be kind. Kindness is about being warm, gentle, and loving. It's about the little courtesies and simple actions. It also means always giving the benefit of the doubt and always assuming the best. Kindness makes your marriage a safe, comfortable place, a place your spouse wants to be. Thanks for the A2A. Answer by Cat A. Love and respect each other. Trust each other and don't do anything that will break your partner's trust. Don't lie to each other. If you're unhappy about something, just make your partner sit down and talk about it in a calm manner, and vice versa. Being quiet, yelling, taunting, acting cold or distant won't make your partner understand you. If you let your partner know what's bothering you, how upset you are about something, your partner will try to work on it. Will try to make things right. Communication is very important. Never take your partner for granted. Try to make each day special for your partner. You don't have to make grand plans and stuff. All you have to do is make some effort in making your partner's day a little better. Give a reason to make him or her smile. By doing something like cooking favorite meal, giving a massage, leaving sweet notes to let your partner know how much you treasure him/her. Take your partner to a nice restaurant, do fun activities together, etc. Show how much you appreciate him/her. Show how much he or she means to you. Put your partner's needs and wishes before yours. That will make your partner feel that you love him or her deeply and will feel very lucky to be with you. Be a good listener and be patient. Be more understanding. I think if you and your partner will do all these things, you both will be very happy and will never want to let go of each other. Answer by Nancy Perrin. A good marriage should be transparent. There should be honesty without ever trying to hide anything. There should always be lots of healthy communication. Without good communication, the door is open to an abundance of problems. There should be mutual respect and complete trust. Both partners need to understand that a marriage is what they make it. Marriage isn't always a bed of roses. Sometimes there is a lot of work involved, and you have to be willing to do the work. You need to turn each other's flaws into positive aspects. You need to realize your partner is human, and he or she is not always going to say, do, or act like you expect. Sometimes your partner will have life struggles that you don't understand and or are unfamiliar with. For example, he or she may lose a loved one that you aren't really that close with. And you will need to be there for your partner and give him or her space when needed, attention when warranted, and love and support always. That can be hard when perhaps you are also going through your own pain. But you have to be extremely selfless all the time. If the load gets hard to bear, it's better to be honest and let your partner know that you are trying really hard to be the best husband or wife you can be, but you just feel overwhelmed and you need support and attention as well. If you aren't honest about this, then you are choosing to deal with your issues alone. When you cope solo, temptations will arise because you are living separately from your spouse. You may be still in the same house and bed, but you are detached emotionally, and that is never good. Aside from the character aspects of the marriage, there should be intimacy. I am not talking about just sex. Sex is a part of it, but that's not all there is to being intimate. There should be so much trust between the two of you that you are not afraid to tell each other even the hardest things because you know how the other will respond. You need to know your partner inside and out, his or her likes, dislikes, reactions, everything. If you have been married a while and you still don't know your partner very well, start observing now. There needs to be dates. Every couple needs alone time. But every couple needs to show each other off once in a while and pamper each other at the same time. At least once a month. Forget you're married. Take your spouse out of the house for a few hours. If you have kids, get a babysitter or friend to watch your kids. Go out to eat at a slow-paced restaurant. It doesn't have to be fancy. Anywhere is nice when you're in love. It just needs to be a place where you can relax. Don't just eat. Talk. Yes, talk. Talk about each other. Don't talk about your problems at work or your kids or parents. Just talk about your relationship with your spouse. Laugh together. Hold hands. Walk around somewhere together. But make sure you have time to go home and make love without the kids being in the house. Sex is not the same when you hear your kids fighting in the next room. You need at least once a month with no interruptions. If you can afford to go out alone once every 2 weeks, do that. I don't recommend every week because your kids need attention too. In conclusion, your marriage should always come before the children, unless your spouse is abusing your children. If so, put your child first and get out. When your children are grown and out of the house, your marriage will still be there. So, you have to nurture your marriage while the kids are still living at home so there will be something to look forward to when they are grown.